Okay, so we've been busy. Doing some epoxy work on the keel, a little bit of fiberglass and epoxy on the boat as well. Don't have footage of that simply because it's really sticky and I don't want to destroy my phone or camera. That, and you have to be really quick with this stuff. I was working epoxy today. I mixed up a double batch and just had to go. It was very fast. I ended up throwing part of it away because it turned on me too fast. A single batch was about all I could do just to keep up. So as you can tell, it's just about time for dinner. End of the day, and we're gonna go down and take a look at what we did today. Okay. Megan and Julie are talking about dinner. We had a friend today give us some broccoli. Some fresh farm picked broccoli. Okay. So one of the things I was doing today, see if you can see it on this side, is this is my rudder. Get my finger out of the way. So that's the rudder. Obviously my rudder is naked. So what I did with this is I sanded everything off. The gray on here is actually the old primer, and then everything that's on here is basically an epoxy resin. This is an epoxy primer, so they lap over fine. It'll take it. So what I'm going to do is I went over this thing, made it all nice and smooth. It's still curing. It's dry to the touch. It's not sticky. It's not fully cured, but it will be by tomorrow morning. I brush this on, let it set, and then tomorrow I'll go back over this with light grit sandpaper, 120, something like that. Just put a real quick rough on it, wipe it down, put another coat on it, and then what I'm going to do is, what I'm thinking about doing is completely glassing this. Just take one big fiberglass sheet, the cloth, and lay over this and get that on there. So get over here. So one of the other things I was working on, in the last video, we got the keel ground off. So what you've got the keel. That's the keel. So this looks like it's like galvanized, something like that. And what that is the OSPO. So if you watched the last video, this is actually the OSPO treatment. This is water soluble. So I can take this and just get it wet, take a brush, and it comes right off. What I've been doing is these here, these holes, when this, because this is a cast iron keel, when this was made, there's 3 spots on it. These 2 here, and there's, and I don't know, that one down there. When they founded this thing, when they made the keel, this is basically where they poured it. So there's a couple little voids. So what I did is I went through and smoothed that out. I took fiberglass resin and went over it today, faired it out, basically made it smooth, and woo. I'll go over that again tomorrow and lightly sand it and probably hit it with a little bit of clear, just to give it a good solid finish. The same thing with this up here. What this is the keel. That's actually fiberglass. So the joint right here, when I ground everything off of this, ended up with kind of a weird little joint on this. So I did the same thing. I just took some reinforced resin, It's just epoxy resin with this filler in it. It's 404. It's very, very strong stuff. Mix that up and then just smeared it on there. It's not as simple as just smearing it on. I've seen guys do it down here like that, just smear it on, then they grind it off, and I'm good at that. Trust me, I'm good at that. But I've found that if I listened to a couple people down here, thank you, Bob, that this works so much better. If you do it smooth and do it right the first time, there's a little bit less grinding and sanding involved. So ow, I'm tripping and falling. So we've got that in the process. This one here, we got basically this was some of the blistering that we had when we first got here. I've been holding off on this on purpose, simply because I didn't want to mess with fiberglass. I've been dealing with the keel projects inside, this and that. This was basically the last one that we had, with the exception of a couple through holes. So that's going to be working tomorrow. So these are the through holes for the old head. It's probably still sticky. Nope. So I laid that in today. This is fresh fiberglass, and then I'll do a little grinding on it tomorrow, run that back out smooth, and then put another layer or two, and then that should be pretty well done. So everybody keeps asking, when? I wish I knew. What we have to do, I've got to finish the keel. We got to do a little light sanding on here, and then basically tape off the, the upper and lower half of it. A little light sanding on the top side, and then essentially it's ready for paint. There's a little bit more to it than that, but basically a little bit of epoxy work, very, very light sanding. The sanding I can do in a day, a little less if I have some coffee beans, and then we're basically ready to sand or paint. Julie's doing some work up top, but yeah, that's where we're at. So epoxy, fiberglass, and then paint. Yay! Okay, so we've been working on the forward head, what used to be the forward head, now it's the wall into the front V-berth, and what's going to be the storage area. I've been down, I had a friend give us some teak. It's actually the deck off his old boat. I've been stripping that down, sanding that, and then Julie and Megan worked on the wood. There's Megan. And then Julie is in here making noise. Hola.
¿Qué pasó?
Burrito?
Uh-huh. Taco.
Taco! Tico taco, tico taco.
Taco, man.
Yeah, we're hungry. Okay, so this was...
I want to be a taco man.
God. So this was the forward head, the bathroom, so to speak. So if you open this up, it still is a big mess. But now it's got a wall.
You didn't bring that pencil, did you?
No, I did not bring a pencil. So we've got that portion in there, and Julie's over here, and stab him near the stick. So what she's doing now is, this is actually the front edge of a shelf, just marking it so we know where to cut it.
Kind of level.
And more or less making it kind of straight and level-ish.
Levelish.
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 And that is the portion that's going to hold up the shelf on this side.
Does that look levelish to you?
What do you guys think? Does it look level? Okay, so we got it in and it's level.
Put your finger right there. Grab it. Hold it tight.
Don't get me.
I'm not gonna get you.
That's really close to my fingers. I can see it in this camera.
Well, see, you're watching me.
I'm going forward?
Yeah, I'm going slow like you told me.
This screw is a little long.
Okay, I got some screws in here that you need to do something with.
I'm not gonna lean on that, I don't think. So, yeah, yesterday it was raining. Sure.
Can you? Or you want to
Yeah.
do something else?
No, I can do it.
Okay, because there's two in here too.
Yeah, power the Dremel. So this project started a week ago, something like that, and then we were doing some work down below. I was working on that, they were kind of working on this, but yesterday it was raining, so we just took the day off. Julie read, Megan watched a movie. We just took a half a day and just called it good. But this area here will be for Megan and her storage area, and this in here will be just overall storage for the boat, whether it be
Alright, I need your
foodstuffs or dive gear or who knows what.
hand again. I wonder if there's this stuff like that.
And it's splitting.
I can't get it.
So we need to pre-drill those.
Alright. I didn't know if there was a screw.
Okay, so we finally figured out some of this. This standard roll of paper towels, that's now a ruler.
I need the shelves now.
Hey.
Okay, so this is my shelves in my room completely finished, and I've got my stuff in there. And turned out pretty good. I'm really proud of what we did. There. Hi guys. Today I am going to take out all the port lights and reseal them. And I'll show you the outside that looks really bad. Clean it all up, reseal them. The ones that are broken or cracked, we're gonna seal so they don't open, but so they don't leak. Alright, so we're on the outside, and this is what the port light looks like on the outside. Some monkey just put goo all the way around it. Looks like all the screws are gone. Try to clean all this off and see what's under there and see what I can do with it. Alright, so here's the porthole, cleaned out, ready to go. Here's the piece that was on the inside that holds everything in. And here's the screen that goes with it. I'm going to use this screen so I can cut a piece of glass to fit in there. So here's my glass. Use my screen to draw my handy pattern. You can see how thick this is. And now I'm going to try to cut it with my handy dandy Dremel and this little guy.
I'm not a little guy.
So we'll see how that works. Hopefully I can cut it. Keep your fingers crossed. So this is what our replaced hatch looks like on the inside. Russ is covering the outside with a towel so we can actually see what it looks like. It came out pretty nicely. He put some epoxy here to create a nice little seal to go all the way around. And that's what we got. Go ahead and take the towel off. And you can see outside. There's some clouds and stuff, whereas this one you cannot see outside. There we go, and you can see outside. And this is what it looks like on the outside, all cleaned up, all sealed up. Looks much better than, say, this, which will be the next one to work on.